When you're simplifying radicals, you want to first look and see if you have a perfect square. Remember those perfect squares? That's a helpful set of numbers to know. 1, 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. You can just make the list like that. I would say go up to at least 144 you should know in your head. So when you see a number like 9, you know the square root of that is 3. Square root of negative 9 depends on what you finished as a class. For some people, if you've done Algebra 1, you would say that's not real. There's no two real numbers you can multiply together and get negative 9. If you've taken Algebra 2 already, you'd say the answer to that is 3i. Because remember, 3i times itself gives you 9i squared, and since I squared is negative 1, you get negative 9. When you get a number like 12, 12 is not a perfect square on its own, but you can break that up into a perfect square times something else. I would always put the perfect square first. If you don't put the perfect square first, you tend to get the wrong answer when you do the next step. So the square root of 4 is 2, and so that's 2 times the square root of 3. What perfect square is in 50? That would be 25. So you're going to get 5 square roots of 2. Square root of 45, that would be 9. 3 square roots of 5. A square root in 30. Try 5 times 6, that doesn't work. 3 times 10, 2 times 15. And so this one, there's nothing you can do. So I call that a CBS, cannot be simplified. If you had one like 782, you might want to first say, oh, that would be 9 times 8. And then you have 3 times the square root of 8. But the square root of 8 can go further. That would be the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. So you have 3 times 2 times the square root of 2, or 6 square root of 2. That tells you there was a better perfect square to fit, so to pick. So before you go picking your numbers, try to think if there's a bigger one than what you immediately come up with. And so if you think about 72, that is 36 times 2, which would give you 6 square roots of 2.